Today we'll talk about the energy issues in relation to the environmental problems. About the global energy consumption, it is well known that the total consumption of energy has been increasing very rapidly. And here are some numbers. From 1990 to 2008, the total global energy use increased by 39%, almost 40%. And the breakdown is the 10% increase per person plus the population increase, taking up the rest of this increase. From 2000 to 2008, increase was 22%. Okay, for these 8 years. And that's obviously acceleration because that's for 18 years, that's for 80 years. This rapid increase is mainly due to the increase in the consumption of fossil fuels, including petroleum, coal, and natural gas. Especially coal, and the consumption of coal increased tremendously for these years. That is due to the China's coal production increase. In terms of the world share in production, the number was 28% back in 2000 and increased to 48% in 2009. So now half of the coal production is taking place in China. Because of the China's industrialization process, which has been so rapid in the past. And so, of course, that pollutes a lot of air and environment, because the coal is the most polluting fuel of all, and therefore discussions are taking place how to replace the polluting energy with cleaner one. And one of the alternatives is this renewable energy. That comes from the resources which are naturally replenishable. Now, renewable energy takes up about 19% of world's energy consumption and 22% of electricity generation in the world. Very substantial, but most of them come from hydro generation. Other types of renewable energy include, of course, solar, wind, and the other types of the renewable resources. There are pros and cons of utilizing this kind of renewable energy. Pros include the argument, of course, that these types of energy are environmentally friendly. Whereas the cons include the argument that it's just too costly. And this has become rather evident because of the declining price in oil and the very high price of solar energy that we are finding out about these days. Another type of energy which could replace the polluting energy is nuclear energy. Right now, 10% of world electricity comes from nuclear energy. But this ratio is higher in the States and also in Europe. In the US, ratio is 19%, and EU is almost 30%. And that's mostly comes from France, where 80% of electricity is generated by this energy power, I mean nuclear power. Of course, due to the nuclear disaster in Japan, many of the reactors are not in operation right now for review and for double check of safety. Therefore, there are pros and cons about utilizing and developing this nuclear energy further. Pros include the argument of cost effectiveness, although calculation of cost seems to be in doubt these days. And the thing is no CO2 emissions, no greenhouse gas emission, of course. But the cons include the argument of high risk of accidents once the accidents happen, and the danger of dealing with radioactive waste, which cannot be dealt with the existing technologies. So in any type of energy, you can find the pros and cons. And most recently, the shale gas and shale oil, controversy here in the United States. And the pros say that it's great to have plenty of supply of new energy to be energy independence, and costs will be going down due to the plenty of supply. Whereas the con side says that the environmental problem, such as fracking, which has a negative impact on the environment. So argument and the debate goes on.